Hey, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I got some weird ones that I'm going to do today. I mentioned in the past that some of my older songs have weird key changes, and I don't know if I mentioned changing time signatures or anything like that, but um, I got a big mess here in the songs that I'm going to get into today, and a lot of these are ones that I haven't been able to figure chords out in the past when I tried them, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how in the world do I actually play this, what kind of chords are actually going to work because they're just weird things going on in these, and that typically is not a feature of songs that I write now, but it showed up fairly frequently in songs that I wrote before I knew how to play an instrument. So knowing how to play an instrument, um, it teaches me how to keep things simple, but also in a way like it kind of constrains you because if you're I don't always write when I'm playing an instrument. I come up with a lot of my ideas while I'm driving or walking around or whatever. But when you are playing an instrument, then okay, this is the key that I'm in, and I think, all right, what can I do in this key? And if that's your basic approach, not that you phrase that question in your mind, but that's sort of the way you think about it. It's like, okay, well, I could go to this chord, and then I could go to this chord, and I could even do something weird. Well, there it almost kind of did sound like I was doing a key change. So maybe that wasn't a great example, but I can use chords that are in my key, and I know the unusual chords that are in the key of G. So that's kind of the way that you think. You let the key define what you're going to do. Before I knew anything about keys, then the keys didn't define what I did. And they're just some interesting results. So I'm going to try these. They'll be a little difficult because of what I'm describing for you, but I'll just do my best. This is If You Were Someone Else. I'm standing all alone when she hears me crying. She asks, boy, what is wrong? And I stand there thinking, if you were someone else, I'd run away. But you're not you, so I think I'll stay, 'cause I'm in love with you. I ain't afraid of love from what I can see, yeah. But when I hear her speak, I just shake at the knee. If you were someone else, I'd run away. But you're not you, so I think I'll stay, 'cause I'm in love with you. So I asked her to dance, and I know that she can, yeah. And then she said she don't know how, I just don't understand. If you were someone else, I'd run away. But you're not you, so I think I'll stay, 'cause I'm in love with you. I just now realized I never thought of what to do on the ending of that song. I kind of wrote this up before I wrote out the chords, trying to figure out how to do this. Now I just had one modulation. The first verse is not the same. Sorry, I'm not going to try to figure out on camera how the first verse and the next two verses are similar to each other. In my mind, I guess I thought I was doing the same thing, but the melodies are different. I am doing them in different keys, but even if they were in the same key, the melodies would be a little different, and the chord progression would be a little different. And I don't think I even realized it at the time, and I might have, but I might not have. So there, I did the first verse in one key, and then everything else in the song is a little different. And I like the feeling of it when you have this sort of unexpected key change. I don't even know why. Like, to me, the chords in the first verse don't push me into the key of the chorus, and yet melodically, like, I feel like that's where I have to go. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not gonna ramble about it too much. I'll get that one out of the way. I'll try another one here, and this one doesn't have a weird key change, but it just is gonna like abruptly change time signatures. I don't know that I'll do it really smoothly. It would be possible to do it smoothly, but I've only played through it a few times. And I don't know. It's interesting. It's something I'm just not very likely to do in my songwriting today. Although I mentioned, I think I mentioned that I don't always come up with songs while I'm playing guitar. A lot of times I come up with songs while I'm driving or walking, or I'm not anywhere close to music, and ideas are just rolling around in my head, and then I kind of find one of them that's been rolling around in my head. And when I write music without an instrument, then I will sometimes have these ideas for, especially for time signature changes. Key changes are a little less common for me that way, but I guess they would still happen. But again, when I'm writing with an instrument in my hand, I'm actually a lot more limited in the kind of ideas that I'll come up with. I'll just jump into this. This is called "Could It Be," and this is somewhere around late elementary or junior high, and all these songs that I'm doing for you will be. You know how I'm feeling most of the time. You know whenever there is something on my mind. Well, I've got a problem. I'm getting scared. I need someone to hold, but you're not there. Could it be that you don't love me? Could it be that you don't care? Could it be that you were a dream, but now you're a nightmare? Could it be I'm lost, I'm lonely? Could it be there's someone else? Could it be you gave me heaven, but it's turning into... Help me find an answer. Tell me yes or no. If you love me, tell me, and just leave if you should go. Could it be that you don't love me? Could it be that you don't care? Could it be that you were a dream, but now you're a nightmare? But now you're a nightmare. Could it be that you don't love me in the morning? Da-da. Could it be that you don't love me in the evening? Da-da. Could it be that you don't love me in the springtime or all my life? Could it be that you don't love me like I love you? Couldn't it be you don't love me like I love you? All right, I did kind of screw up on my key signature because I haven't played it enough times. I won't go into the details, but that's the basic idea. Okay, I'll just jump around. I won't make a lot of commentary here. This actually, man, I might just want to pause the video and read. No, I'm not gonna. I'll try it. I'll do my best on this. This is gonna have an intro that's a little bit of a different timing, but that's not really that unusual. It's gonna do some weird stuff at the end of the verse, and then I'm just gonna kind of force it back into the original key. I don't know if it's very artistically or not, but I think I'll get where I'm going. That's the plan. I've spent too many years missing you. It's like riding a roller roller coaster. When you're in the seat, you could hurl, but when you get out, then you miss that girl. Too many years have been wasted, too many years gone away. Too many years I've been missing you, and I think it's time that I say, love must not be my friend. I said it once, I'll say it again. It's been too many years. When I first met you, I didn't really know that much about love. I've been with you, yes, you could say I know it like the back of my glove. You could take this as a sign, you could leave me far behind, you could run away like you ain't never coming back. Too many years have been wasted, too many years gone away. Too many years I've been missing you, and I think it's time that I say, love must not be my friend. I said it once, I'll say it again. It's been too many years. When you first left me, I figured I'd be seeing you around. Yeah, far too many years have gone, and look what I found. And you hear from time to time, but you just close your eyes. Yeah, you left me, girl, and you ain't never coming back. Too many years have been wasted, too many years gone away. Too many years I've been missing you, and I think it's time that I say, love must not be my friend. I said it once, I'll say it again. It's been too many years. I did cut a couple things out of there. There's another verse on the back of the page. There's a bridge part that's I intended to have different verses or different voices coming in at different times, and then there's a lot of repetitive stuff added on the end of it. When I was little, I would write long songs that would have lots of repetition in the words. There'd be I'd take like one part of a verse, I'd repeat the first verse, and I'd take one part of it and repeat it over and over again, and that kind of thing. Now, at this point, my oldest brother was not that involved in the songwriting project anymore, but I would still write a song and I'd share all my songs with him, but he just wasn't doing anything. And some of them he liked, some of them he didn't like, or wasn't that enthusiastic. I think there's only one that he told me that he didn't like. But this one right here, he complimented this line in the intro. I spent too many years missing you. It's like riding a roller coaster. When you're in the seat, you could hurl, but when you get out, then you miss that girl. And now that line is kind of embarrassing for me, but it was one that he liked at the time anyways. When I was in 6th grade when I came up with that, but I think, judging by the other songs, I'm pretty sure that I didn't write that song in 6th grade. I think I had the idea then, but these seem like junior high songs to me, the rest of them that are near it in the folder. Okay, oops, I did that song already. Let me see. I shuffled things around a little. I'm going the wrong direction. I'm just going to do one more song for you. And this is one of the songs that I always really liked and always thought there was something special. And it's just weird. It does change into different keys, and it changes the tempo. So it's a little bit strange musically, and also lyrically, it's one that that doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. I mean, it doesn't strike you as weird or anything. I think it seems like it has the feeling like there's something there, and you can't necessarily put all the pieces together. And musically, it's kind of the same way. Like it's like there's something there, but the pieces don't exactly fit together. But I think the end result for a song like this one, instead of feeling haphazard, it feels like there's a kind of mystery and wonder about it, or at least um, I wrote this when I was little, and then in the years when I would look back on this, that would be the way that it felt to me. What happens to the dreams we can't remember when mornings come and gone? What happens to the times that we remember? The past was so much fun. What happens to the times we wish that we were someone else? What happens to the times days go by? Yeah, the days go by, days go by. Yeah, you and me should know. Where the wind blows, don't look for yesterday, look for tomorrow. There isn't any way to skip the sorrow. Don't look for yesterday inside me when yesterday's gone. You're looking, then you seek and find me. Those times are so much fun. What happens to the days we thought that we were almost free? What happens to the days go by? Yeah, the days go by, days go by. Yeah, you and me should know. Where the wind blows, don't look for yesterday, look for tomorrow. There isn't any way to skip the sorrow. I'm caught up in the times, I'm not mistaken, but what is done is done. So give me back what time has taken. Don't turn around and run. I opened up my eyes and found what I'd lost then. What happens to the times days go by? Yeah, the days go by, days go by. Yeah, you and me should know. Where the wind blows, don't look for yesterday, look for tomorrow. There isn't any way to skip the sorrow. Well, I'm quite surprised I made it through all those very unusual songs in just one take. That was my first attempt at making this video, and they're weird. I mean, I had fun playing those, and what I did off camera was figure out how to play all them and write a bunch of chords to them. That song, I actually originally I had this days go by, but it's just ripped off of the Family Matters theme song, and which is a really nice song. But this is the first song where I feel like I ripped something off of another song, and there are a couple songs that I wrote later on where I would kind of do that, where I would sort of borrow that, and now I have like a pretty strict ethic about it. And if there's something in one of my songs that reminds me really strongly of another song, like I just keep going through the line over and over again in my head until I can figure out what the song was that it's making me think of. And that's weird to say because melodies are not that distinct from one another. Like if you put 3 notes together, or if you put 5 notes together, whatever, somebody's already put those 5 notes together, and your timing might be a little different than what theirs was or something. But like melodies, just they're gonna be similar to some other melody. But like I say, I'll just rack my brain, and if I come up with something like, oh, it's making me think of this song right here, then I just kind of judge, like, if this is too similar, I'm going to change it. If it reminds me of it, but it's still pretty distinct, then I'll say, okay, I can go ahead and go with that. But that days go by, Um, I, I wouldn't do something like that right now just because it's too similar. So I did modify that melody a little bit. And in this one, not only is it, those are even the same words that are in the Family Matters thing, and I would think, I don't think I've ever done that in another song, but it didn't really occur to me as something not to do. I mean, I wasn't trying to imitate people, but I also wasn't trying to not copy people. Um, I was just like, this is just a song that I wanted to write, so this is what it is, and that it borrowed from something I didn't really care that much. Like I say, I have a different ethic about that now, and I might still be inspired by a particular song, and I might try to take something from a particular song and write it into my song, but but you won't be able to listen to my song and the other song and tell that one came from the other the way that I do that now, because um, because whatever musical idea I'm going to use, I'm going to just use it in a very different way. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling. Um, I would not write songs like any of these very often these days, and there's something in me as I go back through these old songs. It's like that's something that I'm trying to find what was working well in the songs that I did when I didn't know anything, and like some of these bizarre things are a little bit of a clue to me of, oh, this is something that I can bring back now that I've been on my whole musical journey that I've taken so far in life. Now I can go back to all the things that were weird and maybe figure out a way to bring those back into the fold. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed it.